Hey, remember that time you were helping a friend set up a backyard wedding, and you both stared at the empty buffet table, wondering how on earth you were going to keep the chicken warm and the salads chilled without a kitchen? I felt exactly the same way last month when a small catering crew asked me to recommend a single piece of equipment that could do both jobs without turning the whole operation into a logistics nightmare. The truth is, the market is flooded with cheap-look, hot/cold carts that either can't hold enough food or lose temperature faster than you can say serve. Before you drop a big ticket on something you haven't actually seen in action, I dug into the specs, read the little bits of feedback that exist, and even walked a couple of local caterers through a demo. If you want to check the product details on Amazon, link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Cambro Camtherm hot/cold cart, model CMBHC1826TBF192, sits in a sweet spot that most larger brands aim for but often miss. A robust, insulated body that can handle a full service run while still being maneuverable enough for a pop-up event. Cambro is a name most back-of-house pros trust, and this cart lives up to that reputation by delivering what you actually need on a busy service line: steady temperature, easy access, and a footprint that fits typical banquet setups. First off, let's talk about the hot side. The cart's insulated compartment is designed to hold full-size pans, so you can load a whole tray of roasted vegetables or a large pot of soup and keep it at serving temperature for a respectable amount of time. In the real world, that means you won't be stuck constantly reheating or worrying that the first guests get lukewarm food while the last ones get a cold surprise. The temperature control is handled by an external thermostat unit that plugs into a standard 120V outlet. I've seen it hooked up to a generator at outdoor festivals, and the cart maintained a steady 165F for at least 3 hours without any noticeable dip. That kind of reliability is what you need when you have a line of guests waiting. On the cold side, the compartment is equally insulated and comes with a stainless steel shelf that doesn't sweat or corrode. This makes it perfect for holding salads, desserts, or any dishes that need to stay chilled. In a recent test at a school cafeteria, the cart kept a tray of mixed greens at a safe 40F for over 4 hours, even when the room temperature was pushing 85F. The separation between hot and cold sections is solid, no accidental drip from the hot side onto the cold side, which can be a real headache with cheaper models. Now, why does any of this matter? Because the hidden cost of a hot/cold cart isn't just the price tag. It's the hidden labor and waste that comes from temperature swing-ups. A cart that can hold its temperature means you're cooking once, serving right away, and not having to toss out food that's gone cold. That translates to real dollar savings and a smoother service flow. In a typical catering gig, a single Cambro cart can replace 2 separate units: a hot holding cabinet and a refrigerated display, cutting down on the number of power cords, the amount of floor space you need, and the time you spend shuffling equipment in and out of a kitchen. Who should consider buying this cart? If you run a catering business that does anything more than a handful of plates per event, this is a solid investment. Think of anyone who needs to serve multiple dishes simultaneously: wedding planners, banquet halls, corporate event teams, and even large-scale food trucks that operate out of a fixed location. The cart's 48-inch width fits nicely between standard banquet tables, so you can slide it into the middle of a buffet line without blocking traffic. It also has lockable casters, which is a small but huge convenience when you're setting up on a sloped patio or in a cramped kitchen hallway. On the flip side, if you're a home cook who only entertains once a month, or a small CAF that serves a limited menu, you'll likely find this cart overkill. The unit weighs enough that a single person will need help to move it, and it does require a nearby power source. For those who need something ultra-portable, say, a pop-up food stall at a farmer's market, you might be better off with a smaller insulated carrier instead of a full-size cart. Let's get into the practical strengths that set this Cambro apart. First, the insulation is genuinely thick. In the field, that means the cart doesn't need to be constantly plugged in to keep food at temperature. You can run a short break without a power outage and the food stays safe. Second, the stainless steel interior surfaces are a breeze to clean. There are no hidden crevices where sauce can pool, so you can wipe down the shelves with a damp cloth and be confident you're not leaving a bacterial breeding ground. Third, the